Reed, no camera tonight. But as always, joined by Joey and Steve. JP couldn't make it because his work is making him have a Kurt Busch moment. But if you don't know what that means, just look up Kurt Busch. I hate my job radio bit. You'll know. Anyways,
Yeah, pretty much.
how you fellas been?
Oh, it's been a rough couple of weeks for I think all of us.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, rough. We're alive.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But we've all
Uh,
been busy. We've had a couple things happen in our personal lives as a group. Um,
Well, yeah.
we'll probably let
yeah.
Joey touch a little bit more on that here in a minute.
Yeah.
But
So,
That's something to end the show on.
yeah,
We
yeah,
don't get we don't get
Okay.
distracted and all, whatnot.
yeah.
So, anyways, with that being said, we are joined, as you can tell by the title, we're joined by a guest today, pro late model racer. We got Gavin Graham in the house. So thanks for coming on, Gavin. What's up?
What's up, y'all?
So,
what
just
up?
start off by telling everybody who you are, what kind of cars you race.
Well, my name's Gavin Graham. I'm 15 years old. I live in Polk City, Florida. I travel throughout the Southeast racing pro late models and super late models.
So, I mean, you do mainly run the pros, but you have ran some supers. And what's the balance like between them? I mean, what is it like running two different styles of cars?
Well, I mean, the pro car, it's completely different. Like the pro car, it's more about keeping momentum throughout the entire track and keeping up as much speed as possible because it's got a crate motor, so it bogs down the motor really like a lot. And then with the super motor, it's like all about just keeping the car smooth and car straight and keeping the tires up under you and car up under you. It's all about just like saving pretty much. It's kind of hard to transition back and forth in between the two, but it takes a while to get used to.
And you know, uh, obviously you're running late models now, but tell the folks watching, what your past is like with racing, what some of your former accomplishments are.
Well, I started racing go karts back when I was 5, and from 5 all the way to 10, that's when I raced go karts, and I ended up winning about 5 championships and 2 state championships. And then after that, we got a pro truck. I raced a pro truck all the way up to when I was 13. I got an 11 car when I was about 11 and a half years old, and we started winning that. So we just started racing that primarily for back in 2019, 2020, 2021, some around those years. And we won the INEX Florida State Championship. We won Winter Nationals, and we won the Auburndale Track State Championship. I mean, the track championship. And then after that, we got into late models, and now that's what we're racing currently. And we're hoping to keep progressing as we move forward.
So, how would you rate this year running late models?
It's well, racing in general started off pretty bad at the beginning of this year. We raced at New Smyrna for the red eye, and we ended up flipping after about 6 laps of racing. And then after that, we ran dirt nationals at Volusia, and we ended up flipping on the last day. So we flipped twice at the beginning of the year, but we've been starting to get our mojo back and starting to get into a rhythm and starting to complete races and get top fives and top threes. And we just recently got our first win back at Mobile about a few weeks ago. So we hoping to carry this momentum forward to hopefully get some more wins, maybe even try to win the Snowflake if we can.
Were you gonna say something, Steve?
Oh yeah, I'm just saying that's going to be fun because we're going to be down there. So if you win,
Yeah.
that we're going to be able to see that live. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you brought up that Mobile win, and that first off, that was a wild weekend in general. But I mean, the Mobile races specifically, you had yourself a little adventure through the grass before you went on to win. So, what was that all about?
Yeah, I mean, we got up on the restart and I got back I fell back in line and I made a move on Carson Brown and going into turn 3, he looked inside and then he wasn't there enough to try to keep it in there. and he basically just kept driving straight until he turned me sideways, and he drove me straight to the grass, and he failed to wreck me, and I pulled it back up on the track, and we just kept going.
So did you exchange any words after that incident, or was it just kind of like was it a racing incident, or was it intentional from your point of view?
I don't think it was his fault. I think it might have been some team talking on the radio, maybe, possibly. Who knows? We're not going to get into that too much, but we I don't think it was intentional on Carson's part. No.
But I mean that was ripped straight from Cars. That Lightning McQueen scene. I mean
Turn
that
left,
was
right?
some crazy.
Yeah, thank you.
Turn right to go left. I had that backwards.
turn right to go left.
And that's what I don't. That's what I'd call a Florida man moment. So we bring up the Florida man thing. I mean, you're from Florida. There's several other good racers from Florida. Can you think of any other Florida man moments that you've seen in your days of racing?
Mike Watwell when he won the Big Wheel last year.
Hmm.
He also won at Showtime at the beginning of this year. That was a pretty sweet win. Steven Nasty when he won when he won at Pensacola this past weekend, or not this past, yeah, I think it was this past weekend or the week before.
So
That's all that can come to mind right now.
So
I mean, you brought up three really. There's some good names for Florida racers, and I mean, a lot of people like to talk about drivers from Alabama or the Carolinas, whatever. But I mean, Florida's got a really good bunch of racers down there. So, how do you feel about the pedigree of drivers coming from your home state?
I mean, down here the competition's tight, and we got like all these short tracks, so they're all like really tight racing. We're all really close on speed, and we're all like really even, and similar. We all got very good cars. We're all very competitive with each other, but we all try to race respectful most of the time. And I mean, when they all come up north, we really show them what us Florida boys really got.
You were going to say something before I cut you off, Steve.
I was gonna ask, continuing on the Florida man thing, you're from Florida, you probably raced a lot in Florida. You've probably seen all kinds of crap walking in the pits. Have you have one of those moments? Like, what in the world did I just see?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of heated arguments that go on the pits too. Like you walk past and you hear some people say some things that you would never thought you would have heard in your life. That's like mind boggling.
So, you've been running at Mobile, Pensacola, and Pensacola. There's a moment that stood out to me as far as the whole Florida man vibe, and it wasn't by somebody from Florida. It was just it happened in Florida, and that was when good old Boris threw a fire extinguisher at Billy Van Meter back in March.
That was great.
Do we still have that clip? Do we still have that
No,
clip?
I don't think it's saved on here for us to like play, but that was Florida man activity.
Oh, that was great too. I got
That
a
was
phone
great.
call Reed immediately after that happened. Dude, you're not gonna believe this. Are you watching this race?
The way it blew up on Twitter was what got me.
Got it on camera. Holy crap!
Like the fact that my video led to a door bumper clear. What an idiot was pretty cool.
Yeah, and Reed was so fast getting that to me. He's like, Joey, can you edit this for me? Like, put the I'm like, dude, I'm one step ahead of you. As soon as he sent me that, I'm like,
Sent back.
exactly. Which I think it's on my other I think it's on my other laptop back at home. But yeah, oh god, that was great.
Moving out of the whole Florida discussion, there's plenty of marquee events outside of Florida. You got the Alabama 200, the All American 400 up in Nashville. What are some of those out of state events you'd like to go to the most?
Well, I'm really hoping to go to the All American 400. I haven't been to Nashville yet. I raced there in a legend car on the tiny track, but I haven't raced on the big track yet. Hoping to race at North Wilkesboro next year, and I've already raced the Alabama 200. I actually almost won it this year.
Yeah. Yeah, you
We're
were
pretty
there.
close. Hopefully next year we can have some redemption.
Are you a little excited going up to North Wilkesboro, racing on such an iconic track? First of all, but
Yeah,
also just
I, I know
being
like all
in
the
there.
history that's been there. It's just like I feel like racing on such an old track and it has so much history. It's kind of crazy. I think I'm also gonna race at Hickory. That also has a lot of history too.
Hickory is a
Yeah.
gorgeous facility. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's
Yeah.
Uh, Yeah. So actually, so I'm pretty the off season obviously it's coming up I guess relatively fast now since I'm even looking at like the NASCAR dates and stuff. We got like a few races left. What do you mainly do over the off season? Like do you go into the sim and then just, try to get more feeling in the cars? You like go to the gym and work out? Like what's kind of like your routine that you
Well,
do?
really, what I do, I just try to keep a good food transition. Like try to stay healthy, And then
Mhm.
I'll be on the sim for a few hours, and then I'll hop off. Go outside. I'll play with my dog. Go swimming. Just really have a nice, relaxing, peaceful off season, I guess.
And you brought up North Wilkesboro, and they have confirmed Cars Tour is going to return for all the festivities next year. But they did say they're gonna repave the track. And I was just curious, have you experienced that at any of your local tracks where there's been repaving and that's affected the racing any, or is that something that would be new to you if you went to North Wilkesboro?
Um, I don't think it would be new to me because I mean they did repave the front stretch at Five Flags, and that actually did change a little bit in the track. Um, let's see, where else have they paved? They paved Auburndale, I believe, in some areas to patch it up. But I mean, there's not too much. I think that would be different. I think it would just be new asphalt is usually better grip, so I'm sure the track would be faster.
And as far as beyond these local tracks, beyond just running late models, where do you see yourself in, let's say, 5 years from now when you'll be 20? Where do you see yourself racing at?
Well, hopefully by then I'll be into the truck series and NASCAR, truck series or Xfinity series, or maybe even in ARCA, just still trying to make my way up. It could even possibly still be in late models. Who knows? We'll just see what kind of opportunities come along the way, and we're gonna take every shot we get.
Would you ever pull the William Byron and while you're going to college, racing in the truck series or the ARCA series?
Who needs college when you can race cars, Joey?
yeah,
Hey,
college
listen.
is for losers. No, I'm just kidding. Stay.
Stay in
Yeah,
school, kids.
I'll probably try to do like college online. Like the school that I go to now, I'm supposed to be graduating like high school this year. I'm supposed to be going to college next year, but I don't get my diploma until 2 years after college. So I'll be
So,
graduating with an AA degree.
how old are you again?
15.
And he's gonna graduate like early. What's your
Yeah.
Well,
GPA? I'm just curious.
Uh, it's a 4.1.
Holy crap!
Dang.
holy crap. Well, I was gonna say it's not really that uncommon. I know a few friends back in high school. They graduated early, so
Well, I mean, he's also got a.
Yeah, but when you take in the fact that he also is a race car driver,
that's true.
doing that,
Yeah.
that's
That beats
highly impressive.
every stereotype about race car drivers. Oh, bunch of dumb backwoods hicks. They're not intelligent. You know. Yeah, this guy right here proves everybody wrong. I mean, a 4.1 GPA,
Exactly.
15, like holy crap. I don't even think. I didn't have a GPA that high. I had like a 3, 15.
My GPA never got that high, not even close.
My GPA never got.
Oh God, no! I tried.
I was steady 2.0 all the way through. Got
Underachiever. Let's go, Joey.
Yeah.
But
Senior year COVID was
no,
terrible
that
for me.
that is an important point though. That a lot of people think racers just they're a bunch of rednecks who just go out and build these cars from scratch and just drive these things around in circles. Nah, like some of the most intelligent people that I've met or just know of are people involved in racing. Like as an example, Hunter Robbins, dude was an engineer. You know, went to the truck series as a crew chief. and won a few races. Maybe it was just a race, maybe it was a few. I don't remember, but I know he won at least a race with, I think, Eric Jones was the driver.
Yeah.
And he's out here contending for track championships. He is a Southern Super Series champion. Like, that dude is one of the best racers, one of the best representatives that we have, and he crushes that stereotype. So
I mean, when you look at it, I mean, racing in general has a lot of components in it. I mean, you got to think, wind tunnel testing, chassis testing, tension testing. There's a lot of engineering aspects that go into, hey, how do I camber the tires for said track depending on the banking? Hey, what's the gear ratios? There's a lot of important things that people tend to ignore, like you just said, hop in the car and turn left. No, there's a lot more to it than that.
yeah.
Yeah. So actually, this also comes down to another point of, NASCAR drivers, they don't have their license. Are you planning on getting your license first, and then are you like planning on getting your license,
Yeah,
or
right now I
because
have
I
my.
know there was a lot of people. Okay, yeah, because I know Kyle Busch didn't have his license until he was what, like God, what he was like in his 20s, I think. Somebody could do research, but I remember like people were saying like Kyle Busch doesn't have a license and he's still able to drive a stock car. A lot of these guys didn't have licenses before they started driving stock cars. So
So we were talking about this. This is where the fun stuff begins. So when we were just kind of hanging out before the show, we were talking about the fact that you're so young. How does it feel like hey, on the weekends I get to go 140 miles an hour, but yet I can't drive on the road legally? Like, is that like a like a pump you up kind of thing? Like, hey, I can do this, but you can't. Ha ha.
Well, I mean, it kind of just makes up for like the drive on the way up to the racetrack because the drive's always so long. Because Pensacola is like 7 hours away from me. Montgomery is about 7 hours away from me. Mobile is 8 hours away. Like all these tracks are super far away, and then like you're only going about 78 on the interstate, possibly. And then when you get on the track, you're going fast. It's just like kind of it brings everything together. It makes you happy about just making up all that speed that you had to waste getting there.
Yeah. So, also with you still being in high school and being young, I'm pretty sure. Again, we were talking about this before. I'm pretty sure the ladies love you. NASCAR possibly driver in the future. Is that a big boost, or is it kind of just you just whatever?
I mean, whatever gets me there.
yeah,
That's the goal, and that's what I'm trying to get to, and I'm gonna try to do whatever I can to get there.
oh man.
So Gavin Graham, racer plus stud.
Plus the immaculate racing Riz.
I'm telling, the fro's what does it. I mean,
Yeah. Pan out for a second. Let's see.
every
Yeah.
racer with a fro makes it big. I mean, you got Boris Said, obviously.
Yeah.
You got
Look
Daniel
at that!
Dye, who's
Look at
worked
that
his way
man!
up.
Look at that man!
Casey Kane had a fro at one point.
Wait.
So
That's true. Did he actually? Wait, no.
yes. Do you
Pause.
not remember the Casey Kane fro?
That was like early Casey
No.
Kane, like 2005, 2006.
Yeah, that was the early
Early
days.
Kane. This is before Gavin.
Those were the days before Gavin was born, when Casey was racing.
What year are we talking? What year are we talking?
Just look up Casey Kane afro. I'm not making this
He
up.
had a massive afro in like 2006, 2007. It was like early. It was his early days.
Oh, well, okay. That's
driving
not
for
really much
Abraham?
of an.
Yeah, he was still driving
afro.
for Abraham at that point.
There's
No,
I
that's
know I'm
the
not
short
making
hair.
this up. There's a picture out there somewhere where Casey Kane had a little bit of a fro going.
But
I know
anyway,
I'm not making
yeah.
I think it was just his hair. I think that was just his hair. It's kind of like mine. Anyway.
So again, this is the part where we just kind of chill.
Yeah, this is the part where we lose topic of whatever we were gonna just talk about, and yeah.
We wing it at this point. We
Oh
were
yeah,
talking
here's
about
Boris
music
said.
earlier.
Oh
Oh.
yeah, we were talking about Warp Tour. This
Warped Tour.
dude.
Gavin doesn't know what Warped Tour is. It makes me feel old, and I'm 25. Like, dear
I
God.
feel
old.
I feel
I'm not
I feel old too. I'm 22.
I'm not old, so
I feel like we
I can't relate to
honestly
the Warped Tour.
we should have prepared a segment of like things older than Gavin Graham, and just to make
Oh,
the
I would
the
have set that up
90s
in a heartbeat.
early 2000s kids feel sorry
Chromebooks.
for themselves. Because I
Wait,
mean,
what did you say?
I'm 20. Like I always get told, oh, you're young for this kind of stuff and blah blah blah. And then you got Gavin Graham over here. He comes on our stream, and we figure out that he's 15. It's just God,
This flag is older than you, okay?
probably.
25th
Probably.
anniversary of Indic Motorsport. What year was that? We're at what?
25th anniversary. That's oh man. All right, looking it up.
We're doing more research.
This flag actually might be older than you, Gavin.
Probably.
My fire suit, my race suit, I know for sure that thing has been through hell.
Nah, Steve. That Gavin is older than that flag by a year. So
Oh wow. Okay.
2009.
So the flag has got you by a year.
I got the
Yeah,
flag.
you got, yeah, vice versa.
Yeah.
Sorry.
but we were close. We were
Yeah,
close.
we were close. We were close. You know what else was close? That Talladega race. Holy crap. Why is it Ryan Blaney has to
Oh
do
man.
every
Oh
time,
my god.
every time there's a moment Ryan Blaney has to win a race at Dega, it's like they're coming across the freaking line like this right here. Like, I mean, I don't get it, man.
So we're talking about NASCAR. You got
Neither
a
do-
favorite driver, Gavin?
Larson.
Okay.
Okay.
I've liked Larson ever since he was back in sprint cars.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
And ever since, like back when he was racing with Ganassi, he was like the first NASCAR race I ever watched. He won, so he instantly became my favorite driver.
His first win was in like 2015. That's really making me feel old now.
I was going into my year.
That's the race I watched.
No, wait. It wasn't 2015, was it?
I want to say his
I
first
watched
win was
his first
2015.
win.
He was like, he's not much older than me. I don't think he's what
No,
27.
I thought it was 2016. It was 2016.
15, no, if it's 2016, it's only going to make me feel
What?
worse, Joey. Let it be 2015.
2015.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's 2016, that's going to make me feel even worse about we lost Joey.
Oh no.
He's back.
Joey's back.
Yep, sorry. Internet just cut out for a second. Yeah, it's
But,
gonna be like that for a while.
Dang it, Ohio.
We've been on
No,
this.
it's just call my school's internet is bad.
We've been on this for a little over 20 minutes. Before we start to wrap things up, Gavin, you got any sponsor plugs you need to get out of the way?
First of all, L&R Structural Corporation, Blair Corporation, Diamondback Horses and Rigging, Matthew Johns, Hold of Any, Checkered Flag, Graphics, and that's about it.
And can you fellas think of anything other topics you want to touch on real quick? Because I'm all out.
Well, are we out with Gavin or are we out entirely?
I mean, as far as that talking with Gavin, I can't think of anything else that. I mean,
If he wants to have on for a couple more minutes, we were talking about music, and he was naming off all these artists from Jacksonville and like the Florida area, and I don't know half of these artists. I'm like, what? It makes me feel old. Like, I was talking to him about, I don't remember who it was, but he was like, no, they're not that good. But
Young Thug.
Young Thug. Like when I was in high school, it's like that was the artist to go to. It was like Young Thug.
I don't like Young Thug.
God, who was another one? Kevin Gates.
Oh, Kevin Gates. Oh my God.
Kevin
He makes
Gates.
a lot of like.
Two songs
love
like the
romance
song of
songs.
the year when I was a senior.
He makes a lot of love songs.
He does. He's very big in the R&B scene now.
On this episode of Hot Lap Celebrity, we talk about rap music.
Also, Reed, to answer your question, Michigan was his first race in Michigan in 2016 was his first race win.
26. He did win the All-Star Open in 2015 though, didn't
That
he?
doesn't count. But that doesn't count.
or like one of the open, whatever, however it was. But
So regardless, God.
yeah. Thanks for coming on, Gavin. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
has
of
been a
course.
fun episode.
Yeah.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. And best of luck with your future races. And whether it's at the track or back on here, sure we'll be seeing you and talking to you soon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All
Yeah.
right.
Have a good night, man.
All right. Yep. You too.
Let's switch over here, and that's all good. So now that Gavin has gone off the show, thanks again to him for coming on. So a little bit of a preview for what we got going on. So this week, me and Steve, we got a much deserved off week. Not going to not going to any races for once, and then it's going to be all out after that. We got
Dear God, we got a whole month of racing besides one weekend, and me and Reed get to party together.
yeah, that's going to be exhausting for us nonetheless. But we got Sonoya in 2 weeks with the World of Outlaws. The week after that, Atlanta Motorsports Park. After that, Steve's wedding. So still gonna be exhausting, but I mean, it won't be a race. And
I
then
mean, we can race. I mean, I'm pretty sure we bring some stock cars to the venue. I'm pretty sure they'll let us do it.
after that's All American 400. Then after that, I got a Crown Stock slash Enduro feature at Montgomery, and then an only race left for me after that, Snowball Derby. So we're getting towards the end of the year. It's crazy.
This year has absolutely freaking flown by, and
Yeah, I
we
agree.
this far without few people. One of those people being Wes
Yes,
Willis,
sir.
AlabamaSweetTea.com. I actually went and bought a whole thing. So if you're watching Wes, I'm plugging the hell out of you right now.
We're plugging Wes's sponsors more than Wes sponsors.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, like I went out and bought a whole thing of it, and I've probably made at least 4 or 5 pictures in the past like 2 weeks. Like, I'll chug that sweet tea. I don't know what you guys do, but it's amazing. And I'm almost out, so I'm probably gonna get some more. But yeah, if you guys want to check them out, it's AlabamaSweetTea.com.
And just to like kind of wrap stuff up tonight, just it's on a somber note, but I mean we kind of we still need to address it.
Do we have the graphic to put up?
I do not, but so for those of you that knew us when we were with URN, then you know that we were doing that with our buddy John. John tragically passed away a few weeks or maybe 2 weeks ago,
It
week
was
and a
2
half or
weeks
so.
ago. Yeah.
But yeah, just wanted to give a shout out to him, and
Yeah.
we're praying for his family and everything, and we we wouldn't be doing this stuff even if it was not through like the most amicable of means, but like we wouldn't be doing
Yep.
this stuff if it wasn't for him. I owe him a lot. It's
Yeah.
kind of emotional, but
It's
just wanted to-
yeah, it was really hard for me because
yeah,
if any of you guys knew, John and I were very close. We were close friends for about 6 years. Unfortunately, him and I had to cut ties with USM just because they was saying some stuff, doing some stuff. So him and
it
I
doesn't
parted ways.
It doesn't
at
matter.
this point that
But
stuff
that doesn't matter.
What
Yeah,
matters
but
is
that doesn't matter.
what matters is that we had the time we had together. It was great
Yeah.
while it lasted, and
Yeah,
thinking of you, buddy.
yeah,
And
and if it wasn't for
yeah.
him, honestly, if it wasn't for him, I would have never met you guys. I wouldn't be a part of LRR. I wouldn't,
Yeah.
be here talking to you guys without him. So, like I said, it was a rough, 48 hours for all of us,
Yeah.
and including for me because of how him and I were super close. So,
But for lack of better terms and just me kind of, I don't know, just depressing shit out of the way.
depressing shit out of the way. Yeah.
We got races coming up, about 5 races in a row, or 5 weeks in a row, 4 races, whatever. Just be on the lookout for stuff from those races. We got photo recaps coming out later this week, some articles, everything. So go follow us if you haven't already. And unless y'all got anything else you want to say, then I guess we're done here.
Okay.
Rest in peace. Oh, yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Just rest in peace, John. You'll be missed.
Go Clemson. I never thought I'd say that in my life.
Go Clemson. Yep. Same
I
here.
will admit to many things, but I'm still not rooting for Clemson. That's one sports argument I will
Hey, look,
never let down.
the weekend, the weekend after that we found out and everything that went on. I never thought I'd say this, but I rooted for the Falcons, and I also rooted for Clemson, and I also rooted for Bubba Wallace, which I root for him anyways.
Yeah.
But just in true fashion of how John would want it, they all did not manage to clinch it. Like, because thing. He'd be like, hell, yeah, let's go. Woo, Clemson. And then, like, last second, oh, man, I kind of messed with him about hockey and football and racing and all that fun stuff. But, um, yeah, let's get off this sad topic for a second.
Yep.
And for all of my A&P people that are probably watching or will eventually watch this, I do have the photo recap currently in the works from the championship race this past weekend. Most of you know I was on the broadcast team. I was doing Victory Lane interviews. So it's taking me a little bit longer than usual to get that article out. It will probably be out by the end of the week. I do apologize for the wait. It's just been crazy here with all of the LRR stuff that we've got going on, with Reed's schedule, with Joey's schedule, with JP's schedule. That's why JP's not here. Yeah, Kurt Busch meme right there for kind of sucks that he got called in, but it is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna have that out as quickly as possible. Big shout out to those guys up there, Will Rigdon helping us out tremendously. But yeah, that's all I have. Joey,
Yeah, that's all. Yep.
Let's
That's all I got too.
let's wrap this up. And
Yep.
since we started doing this on a more sporadic basis, just whenever we have guests, not sure when we'll see you guys next time, but we'll eventually be back on here. So
It'll be
until
another
next,
month.
yeah, probably in a month from now.
yeah,
But until that time, we'll see y'all around, and thanks for watching, everybody.